Okay, Illinois homeowners, this one's for you. Your insurance deductible just got a little bit more expensive and you probably didn't even know. This last week, some major carriers actually announced that they are mandating a split deductible strategy, meaning that you have an all peril deductible for basically everything except wind or hail, and that wind and hail deductible is going to be a minimum of 1%. Now, this percentage-based deductible is not new. We've done videos on it in the past, and we've talked about split deductibles on our channel before. They're not new, but having that mandated 1% is a big shift with so many carriers coming on board, especially for that wind and hail. And with Illinois becoming the new tornado alley, we have seen more tornadoes than Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas combined this year already. We're seeing more storms in Illinois, and carriers are trying to find a way to mitigate that risk to help keep your premiums in check while the claims still keep rolling in. While most agents we're seeing aren't talking to their clients about this change, what they're doing is they're waiting for that bill to arrive at your house, the rental to show up, and you just to say, sounds good, buddy, or not say anything at all. A total cost of risk agency, somebody who is focused on your bottom line and making sure that you understand where that total cost of risk lies, is having those conversations at renewal. They're having preemptive conversations so you understand what a 1% deductible does. So if you have that $400,000 house and you have a wind claim on your home, it's not 1% of the actual damage done to your structure, it's 1% of the dwelling amount. So that's $4,000 that you're gonna be hit with any wind or hailstorm that comes your way. Now, we can't help freeze those rates, and nobody can. Understand that no one can just magically go on the back end and change your rate, not on a home insurance policy. If your agent says that we just magically found a better way to do this, they did not. They found a way to cut coverages somewhere that didn't seem as important, and you're finding a way to actually get less expensive policies, meaning you have less risk being transferred to that carrier, because insurance is nothing more than a transfer of risk. And when you transfer less risk, you pay less premium. So if your premium goes down with the same carrier and the same policy number, you typically have less coverage. Now, note typically here, because there are times when your insurance agent and we in our office have been able to move people from one side of a carrier to another with a new policy number, a new policy, new effective dates, the whole deal, and we can find a better rate because that carrier has come out with a new product with a different rating consideration. And you may qualify for it. And if you do, great. That is a wonderful thing for you. And that's why carriers do what they do. They're trying to find ways to better understand risk, to better price it, and give you, the client, the best possible policy for the right price. Because if you pay too little, there's not enough money in the bucket when a claim comes around and you don't have any money to pay that claim. So this is probably also a good time to remind you that since 2023, the average price of a home insurance policy in Illinois has increased by over $1,000, meaning the real cost of insurance has cost you in excess of about $100 a month every single month right now. And understanding that not only are you paying more on average than you were 4 or 5 years ago, your deductibles are going up. When I started in insurance, a $500 home insurance deductible was the most common thing, and now we're seeing these 1,000 and 1% deductibles. Our office has a tendency to lean into higher deductibles. Now, I'm not saying 1% every time, but I am saying we lean into a higher deductible because we want you to have a real conversation about risk, what your risk is and what your risk tolerance is. If you have a risk tolerance where you're not going to make a claim below that 1% threshold, that is the perfect spot for you. And we want you there, because we want you to understand what that looks like, and you can take some of that burden and pay less premiums than just having a $1,000 deductible and never making a claim. Why would you be paying for that deductible? So if you've made it this far and you don't know who I am, my name is Patrick McBride. I own the McBride Agency with multiple locations across Northern Illinois and multiple producers and salespeople in multiple corners of the state. We would be happy to offer you these kinds of conversations. Our goal here is to provide you with a modern insurance experience without ever compromising on a real personal connection. We're here for you. We're here for the clients. At the end of the day, you are the boss. And while our job is to educate and inform and come to a mutual agreement, we want to make sure that you understand exactly what's going on in the insurance world. If you have any questions at all, feel free to drop a link in the comments, send us a private message, or just reach out to us here at the office. We'd be happy to help in any way, shape, or form.